Okay, so far we've got the logic of is the letter that the user has guessed in the secret word or not. So what we want to do though is after the user guesses one of these letters, we want the host to ask the assistant to say or display the progress that the user's made so far. So right now our secret word is opium, and let's say the user has guessed an O and they've guessed a Z. All right, so that's one correct and one wrong guess, and the assistant should at that point display O, then blank, 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 blank for the rest of the letters in the word opium. So in order to do that, we need to keep track of all the guessed letters that the user has made. So we need a new list. So we're going to go to variables, make a variable, call it guessed letters. Um, and let's hide these word lists. Let's hide the word list there. We can keep that up there for now. Secret word is opium. Guessed letters. Okay, so we will set guessed letters to a list, an empty list, because at the beginning of the game they will not have guessed anything. So we need to reset everything so that we can set this. So our word is going to change from opium to something else. Throbs. All right, so um, when the user guesses a letter, we need to take that answer and put it into our guessed letters list. So, and we also want to only do that if they haven't already guessed that letter. All right, so we don't want to fill our guessed letters list up with the same letter. So we will have an if else, and we want to say if guessed letters contains the answer that was given to us, then we want to say something like please ask or please guess another letter. Um, so for now, we'll just say that, but we'll have to change this later. Please, or you have already guessed that letter. What that? Okay, else. All this stuff. So we want to know if the secret word, before we do that, we want to add this letter to the guessed letters. So we will go here, add answer to guessed letters. Okay. Then we will do the check, does the secret word list contain the answer? If it does, it's correct. If it's not in there, then we'll say that the secret word does not contain the letter. And we will broadcast so that the assistant knows that it's time to update what the assistant is saying. Okay, so he'll be saying the word minus all of the letters that haven't been guessed, right? So let's do a broadcast, right? Because we only want to broadcast if a correct letter is guessed. If a wrong letter is guessed, well, let's do it either way. Let's do it just for correct letters for now. So if it's correct, we want the assistant to update his word that he's saying. So we'll say correct letter guessed. And then here we'll say, or we'll broadcast wrong letter guessed. All right, so on the assistant, we want a when I receive correct letter guessed. This one will be wrong letter guessed. Okay, so then he is going to say, and we'll have to come back to this. This is a complicated task, so for now we'll just have him say secret word, sure. And then if it's wrong, we'll do a join and say our secret word. We'll just put wrong up there, just so that we can tell if the logic from the host is working right, and we'll come back in and change this later. What we really want to do is, if a correct letter is guessed, then we want to update what the assistant is saying. If a wrong letter is guessed, then we want to tell the hangman to draw a new part of the hangman. Okay, so that means I don't want to say anything from the host. So let's delete, and let's delete. Okay. And let's just give this a shot and see if I'm missing anything. So pick a letter. I'll pick A. All right, so the assistant said throbs wrong. All right, so remember, wrong is when we broadcast the message wrong letter guessed. So that's good. So let's do it again. Pick a letter, T, and then the assistant says throbs. So that's right. When the correct letter is guessed, then he just says the secret word. Okay, so that's working right now. Cool. Let's take a little break.